This is Colteastwood, and this is your Gaming Weekly News. Xbox has had a pretty action-packed end of the year for 2024, and the beginning of 2025 looks even more promising. Jeff Grubb of Giant Bomb reported that a big Xbox game that was slated for 2025 has slipped into 2026, and all speculation has been pushed around about what game would be moving and being delayed. But what game is being pushed into 2026? Sources are telling us right now that the game that was actually rumored to push into 2026 a couple of weeks ago, Fable, is actually on track to come out at the end of 2025. One stipulation is that Fable is waiting in the wings for the Rockstar Grand Theft Auto 6 release date announcement. Fable is supposed to be releasing, and up until this point, we've only seen about 38 seconds of actual in-game gameplay, which has been montaged to death on channels like mine and other media outlets. As we end the year in 2024, it's already rumored that Xbox will have a big showcase event, the Developer Direct in January, like they've been doing over the past couple of years. Here, it's rumored that Fable will make its big major debut with more continuous gameplay, showing us which characters we'll be able to play as and some of the combat and magic techniques that will be implemented into the game's semi-open world. So we're really only about a month away from getting that feature reveal of Fable and the actual release date if they're ready to pull the trigger before Grand Theft Auto is announced. But then it might be another holdout and they'll give a window for Fable, and I'm expecting Fable to be fall 2025. One game that is being pushed into 2026, according to the speculations and rumors that Jeff Grubb talked about on Giant Bomb, would be Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark was shown in the summer of 2024 with a bunch of gameplay, which looks like it's on track to be released anytime soon, but that's the rumored game that is pushed into 2026. Perfect Dark has had a very rocky development with Initiative, and I've covered Initiative for many, many years, as early as 2019, with all of the people they brought on from Rockstar, Take-Two, Sony Santa Monica, Naughty Dog, and Crystal Dynamics team. There is a huge studio suite of people that are working on Perfect Dark, but that development hasn't been easy. Daryl Gallagher, the team leader that brought forth the Tomb Raider reboot in the 2010s, is in full charge, and there has been strife between him and other management about how to get things done. Perfect Dark looks really promising, and it looks like it needs another year in the oven before it comes out, so that one's probably fall 2026. Another rumor for a big release that's coming to Xbox in 2025 is the Oblivion remake. Not a remaster, an actual full remake in Unreal Engine 5 by Virtual Studio. This has been reported by multiple insiders that Oblivion is coming back with a full remake to modernize controls, visuals, and bring it closer to Skyblivion, a mod that's been available for many years on PC. Oblivion has always been one of the fan favorite RPGs from Bethesda, and bringing this 2006 game up to modern consoles would be a really great prospect for fans, especially on PlayStation, who have not had access to this game since they offloaded their PS3s over 15 or 20 years ago. I've never played Oblivion, and I started it up on Xbox via back and pat at 4K 60 with the old archaic 2006 graphics, and it's rough. It's a tough one to try and get into, and I wouldn't recommend that people try that game out right now, as it feels really, really old. If this team, Virtual Studio, or whoever's working on the Oblivion remake, other rumors point to multiple studios working on this, not Bethesda, they've farmed it out. If they can make this game feel more modern, improve the graphics and gameplay and controls and UI to something we're more akin to playing right now, then I think Oblivion could finally have its re-emergence. And maybe it's something that I could get back into right now in the 2020s. But for right now, the Oblivion remake rumor is pretty rock solid, especially from people that I've talked to. I would expect Xbox and Bethesda to make an announcement about that either in the Direct in January, or maybe they'll have that waited for a big reveal in the showcase in June of 2025. One last thing in the Xbox news cycle has been Satya Nadella's statements that have really upset the hardcore Xbox console-only fans when he said that they're doing their best with the This Is Xbox marketing campaign to bring gaming to everybody and to bring that platform to all devices. Now, one of the things that Satya Nadella said here wasn't specifically about bringing games to PlayStation, but it comes at such an inopportune time, which was highlighted from Jez Corden of Windows Central when the Outer Worlds 2 reveal trailer showed the game coming to PlayStation 5 day and date. It's important to remember that the This Is Xbox marketing campaign is really for the millions and millions and millions of people and haven't been with the console for almost 20 years. It is an advertisement to show people that you can buy and play Xbox's games and play them anywhere that has Xbox Game Pass or Xbox Live. So Satya Nadella said that right now we're really evolving what it means to be an Xbox fan. That statement alone really upset fans, especially thinking, who are you to tell us what kind of fan we're going to evolve into? Especially the 1 to 3 million people, that's my math, that think the Xbox console is the de facto way to play. That is where Xbox is at home. If Phil Spencer can make that a reality, where you can play all of those games, grab your save, have it come over through the Xbox network, that could be a literal game changer about how your game purchases seem to go further and further to eternity more than any other platform offers. And that's the thing that people don't understand when they say you can get with this or you can get with that. Just when everybody was freaking out about This Is Xbox, Satya Nadella's comments, and the multi-platform approach of Xbox games on PlayStation, Xbox puts out you can play thousands of games on your Xbox consoles. This 1-minute trailer tried to reaffirm fans that the console means something to their ecosystem. Now, I want to break this down because a lot of people don't understand this. This is Xbox's attitude. This is what people need to understand, is that Xbox console is going to be a lower priority, but it's still in the pipeline. And I know that's difficult for console-only fans to understand, but Xbox realizes that they can still sell consoles, but they can also sell their games and their services, accessories, and everything else all at the same time. Think of it this way, Xbox thinks of all of these different avenues as a vehicle for them to sell and to make profit and revenue. So Phil Spencer said a few years ago that they will always have 20 or 30 million consoles sold. Remember, for over a decade, Xbox said you don't have to buy an Xbox. You want to play any games that our teams make or our studios or anything we publish or partner with, you want to play those games, you don't have to buy an Xbox. This is the exact opposite thing that PlayStation and Nintendo are doing. You want their first party games, their exclusives day and date, you have to buy their console. Now this attitude or this focus of having their games available to nearly everybody on multiple platforms should translate into more revenue generated, which will also recirculate back to buying and building more games and also continuing the console. One last thing I'll say, Xbox is not like Sega. It is if Sega continued to make consoles, if Sega had over 30 studios, and if Sega had an incredible gaming service where you could play hundreds of games for one monthly price. This is going to be a difficult thing for fans to cope with or understand or even evolve and get used to. And some of this is actually happening to the PlayStation brand as well as they get closer and closer to PC games day and date. But it's an ever-evolving market, and this is how it is setting up right now. And they have more games in the pipeline than their competitors, and that's still a pretty cool thing to look forward to. This is Colteastwood, and that's your Gaming Weekly News. What a crazy time it's been. People are really, they've kind of like gone both ways. As I talked about last week, the Outer Worlds 2 reveal and the multi-platform strategy. And a lot of fans, I thought, were outraged. Turns out most people were like, what did you expect? I mean, this game is multi-platform from the start with Outer Worlds 1. It's even on the Switch. We were expecting Outer Worlds 2 to come to PS5. So I thought, oh, everyone's kind of like warming up and getting normalized and stopping arguing and getting upset about this. And then Satya Nadella said we're evolving Xbox fans, and it's been an entire week of outrage and dismissal, and I'm leaving the platform. And one guy even said, I'm going to buy a PS5 and buy those games outright and play them for a few hours and then dump them. And I thought, yeah, that'll show them. Yeah, you go get them. So yeah, I don't know. I've also made a lot of evolving changes as how I approach things, but there's just a ton of games to play. And next year, if you want to stay on top of what's coming out in 2025, you're going to have to pick and choose what you buy early and the stuff that you're just going to have to wait and get much, much later. Watch this channel for a huge video I'm putting out at the end of the year about an absolutely insane 2025. you're not ready. It's going to be so good. If you ended up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new weekly content. If you want to further support what we do here on the Colteastwood channel, you can do that by hitting the join button below. Joined members will get early access to videos hours and hours before they go up, a day before. You'll be able to be in the chat with your custom emojis and so much more. Also, you can check out the Patreon. There we provide tiers where you can support the channel. Thank you so much for checking that out. All those links are in the description below. And check out the XNC podcast. We'll be running the show just before Christmas. Middle-aged Game Guy and I will be talking about all the news, breaking down the rumors and the leaks and everything. That's 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And thank you so much for your support. What do you think about this week's news? What was the biggest takeaway from everything you saw this week? Let me know in the comment section. And while you're there, as I always say, please be nice.